Let love come between us. There's James and Bobby Purify, and upcoming with Better Music Radio BMR. I'm going to have another couple of tastes this half hour of the brand new Doors LP that I'm playing for you in its entirety. Going to have some Stones and, I got a little something for you in just about a minute or so. Right now.
What is the BMR? Oh, yeah.
Iris Fancy.
I remember it well.
Better case cause it's fancy quality. Iris Fancy Food. Better taste cause it's fancy quality. Iris Fancy Food.
All right, babe, you say your husband doesn't care much for salads. All right, darling, that's not a bad bag. Tell you what, you want to try some RED salmon, rich, meaty chunks of salmon, and give him a salmon salad. Salmon on a bed of lettuce with lemon alongside is beautiful. RED salmon is the prime red sockeye salmon from Puget Sound, the pick of the early run when salmon are in peak condition. Doesn't make your mouth salivate or water. Yeah, it does. Meat firm textured and rich in the hearty flavor the guys like. You like the way its true red salmon color pretties up your salad. RED salmon from the nice folk at Iris. Fancy quality RED salmon featured now at all Continental Markets and Toluca Lake Marts in L.A. and the San Fernando Valley. And here's the word that I just broke up over. It was just confirmed to me about Marshall High. John Marshall High had a strike today. It was a very successful strike, Patty. They, after the third period, all the students did not go to their next class. Practically everybody did not go on to the next class. And, of course, I've been told that much of the faculty was on the side of the students on behalf of their protests because of the cancellation of the Sunshine Company appearing because of long hair, et cetera, et cetera. And most of them did not go to their class. And the authorities, were hustling around there and trying to put them back in their class. They got a lot of them moving back to their classes, except that somebody pulled the fire alarm bell, and they got them outside again. It was a beautiful thing, and they consider it to be a great success. I still haven't made my comments. I think it's a kick. It's beautiful. I love you all up there. More later.
Attention, please. KFWB Deluxe Airwaves. Now boarding for Irwindale, Duarte, and West Covina at Gate 98.
I love this sound. Listened to it again last night. Wonder why I've been staying away from it for so long. Sonny and Cher doing this number. But your mind, Sonny and Cher. Actually, Patty, I've always had a warm spot in my heart for Marshall High, really, and this is where the truth comes down. When I first moved out here, if you remember, when I was married at the time, my former wife and myself, we moved in with my in-laws, and that was just down the street on Tracy Street from Marshall High, like a half a block up, and my sisters-in-law had gone to the school, my brother-in-law had gone to the school. It was a whole funny thing, and I always loved Marshall High because, it was right around the corner. And so they did a beautiful number there today. And they, so far as they know, they will get their long-haired group, and I think it's kicky.
Every Monday night, KFWB matches the greats of boxing's history. Through the magic of computers, it's the all-time heavyweight championship tournament beginning at 6:30 each Monday night. Brought to you in part by the happiest place in the world, Shakey's. Join the good time sing-alongs round the honky-tonk piano and banjo with Shakey's Happy People. Relax in Shakey's friendly English pub-type come-as-you-are atmosphere. Treat the family to Shakey's Pizza that's perfection in 21 varieties. Discover what makes Shakey's Pizza number one, and the sound of Shakey's Pizza Parlor and Ye Public House so much fun. You'll pick up a habit you won't want to break.
Oh, I don't believe him with yield. Hey, pick up an entry blank now at participating Shakey's. No purchase required. Guess the weekly winners and send the entry to KFWB from all correct entries received. Each week, one person will win a TV set. Then all entries are eligible for the sweepstakes drawing for many prizes, including a 68 Dodge Charger. Shakey's at 614 West Pacific Coast Highway, Wilmington, or 3463 Foothill Boulevard in Lockwood Center. Next Wednesday and Thursday here with Better Music Radio BMR, I'm going to be having the BMR Funny Nights here. I'm going to be playing about a cut an hour of the things that have been suggested. And I'm asking you particularly to give me suggestions from the years of the 50 years, the decade of the 50s. Wayne Daniels said in one from Long Beach, he said, what I believe Russian Bandstand by Spencer and Spencer. That seems to me to be familiar, a recent one, is it? Well, if it's a record and he says, I have a copy if you need it. I would like to have it. I'd like to hear it, Wayne. If Wayne Daniels is listening of 4839 Colorado Street in Long Beach. But if it is of the 50s and not of the 60s, I'd love to have it very, very much. So if you got that message or if any Wayne's friends around, pass it on to him. 18 after 9 on KFWB. Upcoming, the sounds of the Doors. We're going to have two of them out of side one, Horse Latitudes and Moonlight Drive. This is a minute and a half cut.
When the still sea conspires in armor, and her sullen and aborted currents breed tiny monsters,
beautiful, the Doors.
That was Horse Latitude. This one's called Moonlight Drive. Oh, wow. I still don't believe it. I heard it.
Let's swim to the moon. Let's climb through the tide.
And that's all for side one. The only thing I skipped on side one of the album by the Doors is Unhappy Girl. That's a flip side, of course, of the single. And I want to play the other things first before I get back to that. I want to play all the new affairs for you. The only thing I did play was from There Was People Are Strange earlier, just to give you a sort of a little taste of what was coming up. 23 after 9, playing the Doors LP in its entirety. I hope to get back to more of the Clear Light. And definitely going to get more of the Arlo Guthrie. And what else can I take? Except it's all happening here with Better Music Radio. And something else is happening. Hey, Happy New Year to Mike Alford and his friends down there at Flagstaff, Arizona. Just got a long-distance call, Pat, from Northern Arizona University. The local station ain't doing nothing, but they're picking us up every night and they're grooving. That's a kick.
I'll have to admit it. For a lot of people, the church is right where it belongs. In a little lot, on a corner, with a cross sticking up like a grave marker. Here lies the church. Of course, some people say the church fits everywhere. Gotta be more specific. Christ fits everywhere in life. And they say that when he fits, he makes a difference in what you do, how you do it, where you do it, and why. They say he opens your eyes to beauty, flowers, people, you, and God. No drugs needed.
A public service message from KFWB in observance of the 450th anniversary of the Reformation.
It's love, baby. Everything is love. Right? Our flower child. Miss Mama Cass is cool. Pick up on Cheetah. See her in her glory. Everybody needs somebody to love, and let it all hang out. Talk to you about Marshall High and later like that there in about 90 seconds. Make it 2.5 minutes. You cold it already? Hal? Hal, for goodness sake, Hal. What are you on today? Gee, KFWB Group W, Westinghouse Broadcasting with Los Angeles, man. I insist upon a complete psychiatric rundown on all these newscasters. Another freak out just took place. Beach Rogers we knew is long gone.
Al Goodwin, KFWB News. American Air Force B-52s are keeping up the pressure on communist targets to the north of the Vietnam and the demilitarized zone. The raids to keep the North Vietnamese from reoccupying abandoned gun positions in that zone. In ground fighting, 8 Americans have been killed, 23 others wounded in an 8-hour Mekong Delta battle with the Viet Cong guerrillas. 47 of the communist enemy were killed. For the first time, the UAW is permitting 3 strike-bound plants to reopen for non-defense purposes. This to allow Ford to supply American motors with needed parts. The California Supreme Court has indicated it will remap California's congressional districts if the legislature does not. State Senate Leader Hugh Burns calls it an invasion of the legislative branch of government. A private detective sits by a telephone in Florida tonight, hoping to hear from 5 thieves. For that story, KFWB correspondent Pat Murphy in Miami.
Millionaire Willis DuPont has offered 5 bandits $200,000 for the return of $1 million rare coin collection taken from his opulent waterfront mansion in a pre-dawn robbery. DuPont has hired a private detective to act as a go-between with instructions to ask no questions and simply pay the ransom. But the FBI has entered the case apart from DuPont's detective and is apparently interested in apprehending the masked men who staged the incredible holdup. The coins belong to the Grand Duke Mikhailovich collection, an historic treasure accumulated in Russia but later spirited away. DuPont said his part of the collection is worth over $1 million. It was kept in a wall safe at his mansion. Police believe the 5 bandits had not expected such a find and would be willing to return it for the ransom rather than try to dispose of it elsewhere. DuPont did not indicate he wants the bandits to return another $400,000 in American coins and some $50,000 in jewelry belonging to his wife. This is Pat Murphy in Miami.
KFWB News Time, 9:32. It is 75 degrees at the Civic Center. Hal Goodwin, KFWB News.
The KFWB Football Roundup.
One college football final at this hour. Miami of Florida ran over Tulane by a 34-14 count. In afternoon high school football here in Los Angeles, Silmar defeated Marshall 39-12. Eagle Rock nipped Southgate 14-12. Chatsworth 13, Washington 6. Los Angeles defeated Taft 18-6. Rolling Hills shut out Palos Verdes 25-0, and Banning beat Jordan 14-7. Elsewhere, Lincoln 19, Bell 7. Hamilton on a big score of a Hollywood 53-19. Manual Arts upended Reseda 14-8. Verdugo Hills knocked off Wilson 20-7. Narbonne 20, Locke 6, and Jefferson over San Pedro 13-7, while Roosevelt down Franklin 19-17. Additional 8 scores in high school football at 5 minutes past 10.
The KFWB Football Roundup.
I preach, my dear friends, you're about to receive on John Barleycorn, nicotine, and the temptations of Eve. No barking by the sewer sign, hot dogs or razor broke, water dripping up the spout, but I don't care, let it all hang out. Let it all hang out. Let it all hang out.
Let it all hang out. That was the Hombres, baby, and this is BMR Better Music Radio at 25 before 10, and you have about 25 minutes to check in with favorite artist or group for the night, and those numbers are Hollywood 35151 Valley, 786-3165, 787-6709. My thanks to David Slayman. Have I got his name right this time? Right, and also 787-7996.
Dave.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Diamond. Tonight. On KFWB.
Swing of the Cheetah in Santa Monica this Friday and Saturday night. By the way, Dave was over there at the rooftop rockout at UCLA. He'll be reporting about that later on tonight. He's over there with the Strawberry Alarm Clock and the merry-go-round. He wanted to do a report on it, and I wanted to get away, but I couldn't. So it'll be over by 11 o'clock. So he'll be, when time he gets back on the air, he'll tell you all about it, about the rooftop rockout. But they're really rocking at the Cheetah in Santa Monica this Friday and Saturday night. You'll see the Great Smokestack Lightning and Larry Williams and Johnny Guitar Watson's Angeltown Sounds, plus the Groove and Natural Resources. And the doors are open at 8:30 p.m. every night. 2 shows nightly for the over 18ers, and a light show tomorrow and Sunday by the Plastic Bag. It's a Sunday only, a gathering of the tribe for Cheetah's October Fest. You ready? Featuring the Dopplers and the Yellow Pages. Everything half price at the Cheetah, number 1 Navy Street in Santa Monica, and Smokestack Lightning cutting it up beautifully. Got a good love, baby. Next up, we'll pick up on the boys. 21 before 10, and that's Got a Good Love. That's the sound right there, just like a Good Lovin', which is exactly what it's a spin-off from, of the Young Rascals. Yeah, that's going to happen this hour, too. Well, it's not this hour, next hour. We're playing Jimi Hendrix and Burning the Midnight Lamp and things like that there. 21 before 10, Better Music Radio with BMR, the Dylan happening. I got a call from a fellow. He said, where's Dylan going to be appearing? I said, no, he's not appearing, man. He's going to be here on record. And that'll be the next Saturday. A week from this Saturday night, it'll be the Dylan happening. You're voting for your top 5 favorite Dylan cuts. Now, the idea, of course, that throughout the entire 4-hour show, or maybe 5 hours, we'll probably play everything that Dylan's ever recorded. It stands to reason. But the idea I want to find out is about in the order in which they will be played. And that's a kicky thing. Well, we'll see what happens. I'll talk it over with the producer right now. We're having ourselves an intramural fight, Larry Glass and I, and he may win. He's bigger. Now enjoy harness racing at beautiful Hollywood Park, featuring the world's greatest horses and drivers. 9 races daily. The first race is at 1 p.m. and Monday through Saturdays, daily double. So anyway, send your 5 favorite Dylan things to BMR Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N, or somebody did to BMR Zimmerman. That's cool, too. KFWB Hollywood 90028.
Your daughter is seriously ill and needs her husband desperately. He's in Vietnam. Now what? When there's an emergency at home, the Red Cross can reach a serviceman almost immediately, whether he's in Virginia or Vietnam, and help bring him back. In Los Angeles County, 12 Red Cross chapters depend on the United Crusade. Give to the United Crusade. Give now because someone else needs help now. Give now because it might not always be someone else.
Birds and the Birds Flew High, and that's Mr. Tambourine Man. It's 17 in front of 10. There's something very interesting going to be coming out of the from around where the Birds did their number of about 2 years ago. Some very, very good vibrations that are happening right now for the happening of another happening, and I'll be giving you some inside information on it in days as the days progress. It's going to happen sometime this winter, so remember that an event of great importance will be taking place with a bunch of people that are going to be turning your head around, I think, as soon as they are unveiled to the world. That's all I can say right now. I do tell you in front that I'm very thrilled that the Doors LP is here finally. How many years was it? 2.5. Practically, that we waited until the album came about. Here's another taste. My eyes have seen you. With the exception of Unhappy Girl, which, of course, is kind of familiar right now, you have about 3 more tastes to come from this album of The Doors, and that'll be I Can't See Your Face in My Mind, which is on side 2, cut 3, and then the long version of a thing called When the Music's Over. It's an 11-minute thing. I had a lot of requests for the end tonight because people want to do a reminiscence back to the first Doors thing, but I doubt if the time will allow that. I still want to have a taste of Arlo Guthrie and some more of Tim Buckley and Jimi Hendrix. And we're booked for the night. We're booked for the night there, and it's pre-booking. Get the tickets in advance. That's all I can possibly tell you.
How can I be sure in a world that's constantly changing? How can I be sure where I stand with you? Got a broken
That's the sound right there of Mr. Jimi Hendrix and a beautiful little taste of Burning of the Midnight Lamp. And it still hasn't been released as yet. It's been up and down the charts in England, and one of these days they're going to get hit. But right now I've got a little private campaign going down to release that one there and the thing called The Highway Child, or maybe that and Stone Free, release them back-to-back on the American label. And I've been writing a lot of letters with different handwritings. And it's really taking up a lot of my time, and it's costing me a lot of money. You want to join in the campaign? Write to the people here locally. Reprise, I think it is. Hair up there. Where are we getting all this mail from? I don't know. Some people are becoming articulate.
Hey, Roadsters, don't miss the annual Roadster and Speed Show, Shrine Auditorium in downtown L.A., October 13th, 14th, and 15th. See the Southland's greatest display of power, speed, beauty, and futuristic design. See the $50,000 Invader, plus the 12,000-horsepower Dragster, world record holder Pulsator, TV's My Mother the Car, Tony Nancy's rear-engine Dragster, the world's fastest street dragster, and hundreds more. All at the L.A. Roadster Speed Show, Shrine Auditorium, October 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Yeah, here's King Midas in reverse for the Hollies, followed up by the Rolling Stoners.